Welcome to Quick Rip. Big B here with you. Hope you're doing well out there, fight fans. We had the first numbered BKFC event go down Friday, February 2nd, and it was absolutely stellar there in Hollywood, Florida. They always seem to deliver there. I always say, like, Florida and Albuquerque, New Mexico are two hot spots for bare knuckle where it they just seem to deliver on every damn card. BKFC 57 is what we had. Main event, we had the welterweight strap on the line with Luis Palomino taking on Austin Trout. And let's get into this a bit here. Now, I do apologize. I screwed up the times, which I've done a few times now with BKFC events. Sometimes I get the wrong information. Sometimes I just fuck up time zones. And today I fucked up a time zone, and I thought it started at 8 o'clock my time, but it was actually 8 o'clock Eastern. So I was an hour late to the party. So I damn well missed the prelims, which I'm a little disappointed in. I'm gonna have to go back and watch those. But for now, I will recap the entire main card for us here at BKFC 57. I'm going to start with the main event and then work my way down the card as usual here. So, as mentioned, we had Luis Palomino versus Austin Trout in the main event for the welterweight strap. This one was interesting. I didn't know what to think of it going in, really, but it kind of ended up how I thought it might, if you know what I mean. It was actually an interesting game of chess going on here in the main event at BKFC 57. I mean, we had Trout's jab. His jab heavy game plan basically kept Palomino at bay for the most part. Now Austin Trout had the duck unders, side to side head movement. It was all on display. Palomino's output was simply not there. There's not much else I can say about that. What else did we have going on down this main event here? Check some notes. Now, we did have Luis try and lure Trout into a brawl. But overall, Trout pretty much played with the pound for pound king here. He made it look relatively easy, getting the unanimous decision victory. Yeah, they did go all 5 rounds. Now, the unanimous decision victory obviously hands Austin Trout the welterweight strap. And this is, folks, this is just his second BKFC fight. So this is insane. I mean, he wins over in his debut over oh jeez, why can't I remember his fucking name right now? Diego Sanchez. I'm just picturing his face and drawing a blank on the name, but he finished Diego Sanchez in his debut. Coming off that, he gets a shot at welterweight gold. Now, welterweight gold was up for grabs. Obviously, it was as Luis Palomino had relinquished that title a little while back. Now he said he wanted to get back into welterweight. I don't know what his plans are going to be now after a loss. This was Palomino's first loss, as he was undefeated at 9 wins and 0 losses going into this one. So that's a testament to the improvements that Trout has made, because let's be honest, in bare knuckle, Palomino is a much, much bigger test than Diego Sanchez was. It's just facts. Interesting shit here. Austin Trout said post-fight interview, basically, the usual question, what's next? He didn't have an answer. He just said whoever, whenever. I didn't really know what to think of Austin Trout when he came in, and obviously when he fought Diego Sanchez, me being a heavy MMA fan, I was cheering for Diego. But Trout's growing on me here, and I can't wait to see what's next for him. See if he can actually defend this strap and see where we go from there. Hey, the co-main at BKFC 57 was a stellar matchup here. We had Bryce Henry versus Robbie Peralta. This was going down at lightweight, and you know what? It came down to speed, accuracy, and head movement. Bryce Henry seemed to have it all inside that squared circle. I mean, his jab is on point, and he's one of the very few in many combat sports that knows how to utilize his massive reach advantage. And that's one thing that makes him, in my opinion, one of the most dangerous fighters on the BKFC roster. If you have a reach like Bryce Henry does in that lightweight division, and you actually know how to use it and utilize it, there's not many people that are going to get past that. It's going to take someone special to get inside and take Bryce Henry out, I'll tell you that much. Because Robbie Peralta is no joke. I mean, former UFC fighter, MMA fighter, maybe not obviously on the other end of his career, but still, I mean, this was a big win for Bryce Henry, and not only a big win, he made it look relatively easy. Now, the doctors did stop the scrap before the start of the fourth. That was due to an eye injury suffered by Peralta, and to be honest, folks, I think it was the first shot of the fight that initially damaged that eye of Peralta, and you could see it throughout the fight, just swelling more and more and more, and there was just no way he could fucking see a thing out of it. I mean, it was swollen shut, and he still wanted to continue, but obviously the doctor said not a fucking chance here. So there we had a TKO, doctor stoppage, end of the third round, beginning of the fourth, however they determined that. Henry is now 4-0 with BKFC. Just easy work for Bryce. He makes it look so seamless. The feature fight at BKFC 57 was something special. I was really looking forward to this one. I knew these two were going to light that squared circle on fire when they got in there, and they didn't disappoint. It just delivered it in all aspects, in my opinion. I absolutely love both these fighters, and it's really unfortunate that one had to lose. But as I say, that's the game, right? In the end, it was a big right hand from Duran that ends the fight, moves him to 6-0. Can you fucking believe that? 6-0. A title shot has to be right around the corner for Brian Duran. Up next, we saw a light heavyweight scrap between Jomi Escoboza and Isaac Doolittle. Two dudes that are becoming cream of the crop this last little while inside the BKFC roster there. This one was a little bit strange. There was a lot of hugging and holding. It had the Hollywood crowd. First time of the night, raining down boos. They were just hungry for more action is what it was. And I would agree with them. It wasn't the most exciting fight. It wasn't the most action-packed fight, but it was a fight. What did we have here? Escoboza ends up actually finishing the fight in the third with an absolutely beautiful flurry. Like I said, a weird scrap here. It just wasn't anything I expected. Now, BKFC 57 did have a female fight scheduled for the main card here, as we were supposed to see Sydney Smith take on Christine Vicence, and that's another one that I was really looking forward to. Both those women's throw down and just tough as nails. I mean, the last time we saw Sydney Smith, she spit out one of her chiclets and said thanks. Now I don't have to pay the dentist, you know. Unfortunate news, though, came right before these two were supposed to scrap. Last minute cancellation here. Now, apparently Sydney Smith had some kind of an issue backstage that caused the doctor to call it off, and not allow Sidney Smith to go out there and scrap. No details were given, so maybe Sidney Smith can shed some light on that in the coming days. As for now, really unfortunate. Hopefully they can rebook that fight and we can see the action that we crave there. Now, Hollywood, Florida also played host to pivotal bantamweight matchup here at BKFC 57, where we had Alberto Blas taking on Daniel Alvarez. And this was another one that it did not make it out of the first round here, folks. Alberto Blas absolutely rocked Alvarez with a left hand, and that was the fight. 1 minute exactly, 1 minute on the nose, knockout victory for Alberto Blas, moves him to 4-0 as he climbs that bantamweight ladder. Man, that bantamweight division is heating up in a hurry, and there's a lot of people knocking on that door, trying to get that fucking strap, and there's no doubt Blas is one of them. 4-0. I mean, he just keeps climbing. The big boys came out to play at BKFC 57 as well, as we had a heavyweight matchup between Leonardo Perdomo versus Bobby Brents. And once again, another quick finish here. The big boys did not disappoint. I mean, you think heavyweight, and most times you think a fairly quick finish, right? Because the boys have so much mass behind those punches, and most of their fists are the size of a fucking lunchbox. It's there's just not a human that can take many punches by heavyweights. What did we have? We had Perdomo, dynamite in his fucking hands here, folks. I mean, an overhand right ends the night of Brents. 33 fucking seconds in. 33-second knockout puts Perdomo at 3-0 in BKFC. And he was having words with Lorenzo Hunt. Lorenzo Hunt was in the crowd. Props to Perdomo for planting that seed, possibly. I don't know if... I mean, obviously, they talked to Lorenzo, and he said as usual, he doesn't give a fuck. He'll take on anybody and everybody kind of deal. You gotta love Lorenzo Hunt, but I don't think he's necessarily looking to fight Perdomo at this moment. But the more I think about it, folks, the more it could be an introductory fight into heavyweight for Lorenzo Hunt. I would like to see the big fight, big name. Hunt deserves it. He's pound for pound number one in my books, especially after the Palomino loss, because I think the only thing that was keeping Palomino at the pound for pound spot, number one, was his undefeated record, right? Hunt has lost one. Well, now Palomino's lost one. So, in my opinion, Lorenzo Hunt's the number one pound for pound king. He's an absolute fucking killer. And even though Perdomo has dynamite in his hands, I think Hunt would absolutely destroy him. No, but I want to see it. Fuck it. You know what? I want to see it. I want to see Hunt fight anybody, to be honest, especially in that heavyweight division. I got a little off track there. Sorry, folks. But Leonardo Perdomo, quick 33-second knockout at BKFC 57. The second scrap on the main card of the evening was a featherweight bout between Justin Ibarola and Landon Williams. And wow, Ibarola struck Williams twice, and that was the scrap. 2 right hands in 15 seconds was all it took. Crazy that Ibarola now moves to 3-0. We're getting a stack of fighters that are moving up. You get 1-0, 2-0, okay. But now we're seeing 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, hell, even 6-0. It's just crazy, the amount of undefeated fighters that were on this BKFC 57 card in the first place. But yes, folks, 15 fucking seconds. 2 right hands. Landon Williams was done, and Justin Ibarola had his hand raised. And opening up the main card of BKFC 57 in Hollywood, Florida, another featherweight scrap, we had Edgar Plazaola. He was taking on Derek Gates, and there's no other way to say this. Plazaola just ran through Gates. It wasn't even competitive. Derek seemed just to have absolutely nothing for Edgar. Plazaola gets the TKO in the first round, moves to 2-0. Another one that's climbing that ladder with an undefeated record. I mean, eventually some of these guys are going to have to face each other, and somebody's always got to go, as they say, right? I mean, it's inevitable, absolutely inevitable. If I could say the word inevitable, there we go. Little bit of news came out of BKFC 57 from President David Feldman here. Nothing, no real details, but it is absolutely huge news as they announced Knucklemania 4. It's going to go down in April, and that's not even the big news. The biggest news here is where it's going to take place. Los Angeles, California. Squared Circle is hitting Los Angeles, California in April for Knucklemania 4. Now, Feldman said, there's going to be more announcements, obviously. I expect this card to be absolutely fucking amazing. I can't wait to see it come together and hopefully stay together. Other than that, that was pretty much it. BKFC 57, in my eyes, was a smashing success. I mean, we had, there was only the one fight, the main event, that went to the judges. Other than that, it was all finishes. Most of the fights were all action. Quick finishes. I can't believe how quick that card went, actually. Yeah, and they even put in some filler, but just an amazing night in Hollywood, Florida, for BKFC and for the fans, both in attendance and watching. What else can I say? I'm super impressed. Awesome event to open up 2024. And the best part about it is we're just fucking getting started. Anyway, thanks for joining me here today on Quick Rip, Bowls, Beers, and Brawls channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Let's get me in this fucking algorithm, and let's get this channel rocking. Thank you for your views, and till next time, peace.
I think it's safe to fall below the train.